So I've seen like so many comments commenting that in order for foreigners to start up a business like the spaza shop, they must invest like 5 million into this business. So is it true?
I think people don't understand what that is all about.
5 million,
To
yeah.
be honest with you, I think people probably heard someone say these things, and they heard someone who doesn't also understand what they were saying.
Mm,
There's a difference between a spaza shop and selling in the streets, informal markets, and a big business like investing in the South African JHC, in
mm,
the stock market.
like cash and
Like, yeah,
carry.
JSE, like big shop. Maybe example, a foreigner coming to South Africa to open maybe a Debonairs Pizza. I'm just making an example. I'm not saying Debonairs Pizza is owned by. I'm just making an example so you can understand. That's different from a spaza shop,
Yeah, of course.
and it's different forms of business.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
let me read the
rules.
law so people can understand something. I already gave context. Let me read this. I want you guys to understand something. The legal basis. The main law is the Immigration Act 2002, Act number 13 of 2002, Section 15, 1 and 8, deals with business visas for persons who intend establishing or investing in a business in South Africa. Under the regulations made pursuant to that act, specifically Regulation 14 1 and 2 of the immigration regulations, the Minister of Home Affairs, in consultation with the Minister of Trade and Industry, may determine the minimum capital or cash contribution to qualify. So these powers are given to the Minister of Trade and Industry and the Minister of Home Affairs. These powers. So it could change anytime. That maybe they can say maybe it's 1 million. It's them who can do that, those ministers. So on the 15th of July 2014, the minister published a government notice that set the contribution amount at 5 million in cash or for investing in new machinery equipment for a business in South Africa. The regulations also require that at least 60% of the workforce, where applicable, must be South African citizens or permanent residents for a business visa applicant. Business visa. You must remember that name. Business visa. What is not immediately covered? The 5 million requirement comes from the visa regime under the Immigration Act. It is about obtaining a business visa to establish or invest in a business. It does not automatically apply to every permit or license to operate a retail business, e.g., a spaza shop, unless the person is using a visa route. So there's people who try to come to South Africa to invest in business, and they use, okay, let me continue reading. Local municipal bylaws for spaza shops may have other criteria like resident status, zoning and registration, etc., which do not necessarily include the 5 million threshold. For example, the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Municipality's spaza shop policy allows non-South African nationals to apply provided they are lawful residents and compliant with the Immigration Act, but it does not, in the section I reviewed, explicitly restate 5 million. So some places they don't need that. Because the policy of 5 million is a minimum investment for a business visa. If a foreigner has another valid visa permit that allows them to trade or use local registration or municipal license, the 5 million may not apply in exactly the same way depending on circumstances.
Yeah.
So, in summary, yes, there is a law that says you must invest 5 million. But that law, it's about how you actually are trying to come to South Africa. It's not about already when you're in South Africa. It's about before you even come.
Okay.
How are you applying to go to South Africa? Are you applying to have a business visa? It's like you're only here for business, or you're coming here because you have an asylum, and then once you're in South Africa, you happen to start a shop. An asylum and maybe a work permit is different from a business visa. So someone can come here with a work permit and end up becoming a resident. Maybe they stay in South Africa for like 5 years plus. They become a resident and they are part of a municipality. In that municipality, like they're saying municipalities like Ekurhuleni, they can apply without even having a business visa. They can apply to open a spaza shop as long as their documents are in order. Like they have all the documents, they have their permits, they have their passports. Then they can open a business in relation to the laws of that particular municipality. So this is just that. So people misinterpreted the part of visa. This is when you apply for a business visa, then you must qualify to invest more than 5 million. But there's other ways foreigners can operate spaza shops by making sure that they don't come the route of a business visa. They come another way.
I think that's how many foreigners come.
That's how they come. Because they know the law. They know, we can get it easy. So people still wonder why these guys are operating, and they're like, man, this one is a small shop. This shop doesn't even make 5 million. You don't know how that business was registered. Clearly, you don't know the law of South Africa, So I just wanted to separate separate the misconceptions, because there's been so many comments like you're saying, like, do these people even know what they're talking about?
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It shows, like, again, you're saying this, it shows that the government does favor foreigners.
The government favors anyone. Anyone is allowed to open a business.
And why would someone try, like, invest 5 million to come decide, like?
It's the big establishment. It's like Gucci.
Oh, Gucci.
Gucci. Shops like Gucci. Because they're not operating in the spaza shop zone, like the municipality. They're operating national.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it's like, it's Gucci.
It's a big thing.
And they have to go to malls. So for them, their investment strategy should be different, because there's also benefits for shops like those, and there's extra protection from the law for shops like that invest like that, compared to shops like spaza shops. There's not much protection compared to those shops.
And people can just pull up anytime.
So those big shops, they have to invest with the 5 million, because they even qualify. Even their books, when you check them, they even make way more than that money.
I think it makes sense. Like Louis Versace,
like Abo Casablanca, Abo Amiri, Amani Exchange. So those shops, they can invest like that.
And I don't think it's like a big thing for them to invest like 5 million. I mean, they make so much of money across the world, so it's not something like chaotic for them to make 5 million.
It's not a problem.
It's not a problem. So it makes sense. It's fair for them to invest so much of money.
And those ones, the reason why they call it a business visa, it's solely for business. These people can come in and out. They don't need to be residents. They can just come and they're coming for investing, but they're called a foreign investor. So these guys who are owning spaza shops, they've become residents, so they are no more a foreign investor. They're just like they've been made to be sort of like a citizen.
Yes, and they don't have to invest 5 million.
They don't have, because the way they came, they didn't come with the intentions of investing. They came maybe like another way. They came differently compared. So people must understand. Anyone can throw this Operation Sandile or whoever. They can throw these things, and they don't explain to you. You must ask them to explain. Actually, what are you saying? 5 million? How does this work? So you can have proper understanding, because It seems like a lot of people in the comments they were saying into and us were busy speaking about sponsor shops marabona bakhuluma ngama 5 million.
Yeah, I mean that brings confusion to us and to like people that are reading the comments, you know.
Yeah.
So,
but it also gives us the opportunity to teach
research,
and research. Yeah, but the country we live in.
Yeah, but I think, don't you think it's fair?
I mean, it's fair for anyone.
It's fair for anyone because those Gucci and Louis Vuitton companies, they can make that 5 million back, you know.
Yeah, they can make it back.
And
I mean, it's fair to the point where it's like if you want to do business, you can. I mean, like there shouldn't be restrictions.
Yeah.
If you're South African, you have a business idea, go implement it. You're a foreigner, you have a business idea, go implement it. You want to go the route of national scale investment. Go the route of 5 million type of permits and all of those things, the visas. Do it if you have the money. If you don't have the money, there's other ways to operate business without paying 5 million. The law surely allows it. So it's not a sin.
Yeah.
It's not a sin, you know. So
I think many South Africans prefer like businesses like transportation, you know.
Like what?
Like we see a lot of black people, most especially Zulu, I can safely say, that transport people from one place to the other. They have like taxi, their own taxis. I feel like black people would rather invest on like transportation, opening up a name brand, or things like that.
Black people's businesses is always fun, you know, like South African businesses. Like I want to. It's like say, the ideas are usually not big.
Yeah, they're not big.
It's not ambitious ideas. It's usually I mean
like for now.
It's never about serious things.
Yeah, like, let me start up a sponsor shop. They'll be like, oh, it's a big thing having to go to back and forth, going to.
But we'll talk about that. You know, we'll talk about why foreigners shops and their sponsor shops always beat South Africans. Like, what is it that they do right? You know, we'll talk about that separately. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I hope you understand this 5 million that you've been busy using going around. That's what it says.
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching up until the end. Catch me on my next video. Peace.